It's a beautiful day in the gamerhood, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Shout about thunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If an 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the hogs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. I'm just checking to make sure people can actually hear me. They can. All right. Tonight we're back playing Tales of Argosa, Low Fantasy Gaming 2nd edition by Pickpocket Press. None other than Steve Grodzicki. I think we might as well bring in the players because, as I always say, you can't have a game without players. All right. Stu, how you doing?
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, Stu. All right. Why don't you introduce yourself, say a little bit about maybe something you've been doing, maybe about your character. I don't know. Go crazy, man.
Crazy, you say. Okay, so it's been a little bit since we played. I am playing Norsill, a magic user. I don't know. Should we summarize where I think we ended up?
Not yet.
Is that good?
We're just introducing ourselves right now.
All right. He's an Odyssean magic user, a culture not known for use of magic, but that explains why he left home and became an adventurer. And I think that about sums it up.
All right. Good work. What about you, Robert?
Hey everybody, I'm Robert. I'm playing Vicente, a bard, Dolkarok. I know I had a conversation with Grodzicki about this because he said, do you call it Karakian or something? And he said something else that it wasn't that, and I can't remember what it was. So
he says he actually
Karok. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
what he
says Karoks. He actually put it in the comments of the video, actually.
Right. Okay. So good. So I did read that. His background is a beekeeper, which seems kind of odd and strange to me. I don't know if it's really come up a whole lot, except that don't I have a jar of bees or something? Yeah, I got a jar of bees, so that's got to come up at some point. I got to use that jar of bees. I don't know what I'd do with it, but we'll figure something out, I suppose.
Where do you think you keep that?
Where does he keep it?
Yeah,
he's got like a
back pocket, inside his cloak, under his hat.
He's got like a little fanny pack, right? Medieval fanny pack that he keeps it in.
I mean, isn't that just called like a pouch or something?
Yeah, it's just a pouch. It's just a belt pouch.
I think we should have a
jar of bees, belt pouch.
He did mention after we were confused, like about the slots and the new encumbrant. He also went through and changed that in the new edition. So since we last played, everyone that had ever bought Low Fantasy Gaming Deluxe on drive-thru received a PDF copy of Tales of Argosa draft. So all you guys out there, I know there's just hundreds of you, maybe millions. I can't even, maybe tens or just a handful. Anyway, you all have access to the rules and probably newer than the ones we're using because I'm still using my July 23rd or my July 26th draft. Eventually I'll change it over. I was going to take each page out and put in a new one, but as you guys know, I'm kind of effing lazy. But I think since Stu is so quiet, we should talk about Gamehole the whole rest of the session, Robert, just because he didn't go. And then next year he'll have FOMO, and then he'll maybe go. What do you think?
Sure.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys.
Sure. Whatever.
Come on.
What did I play? I'll say that real quick, though. I played Hyperborea. I played DCC. I ran OSE twice. I'm missing something. I played Hyperborea twice.
Did you play any with Talanian himself?
No, I did not play with Talanian. I played with
well, that's like not playing at all.
Shiny and Rootsy.
Oh yeah. He has a nice setup. It seemed like.
Yeah, he likes the terrain, so it was a full Dwarven Forge sort of thing. And then we were kind of slow to figure out his little theme to the game, but it was basically he wanted to do, since we're in October, he wanted to do a Halloween themed game, so it kind of had this Frankenstein theme to it. It's high level too, a relatively high level, 6 to 8.
He wrote it himself or something?
Yeah, he wrote it himself.
So it was pre-gens, right?
Pre-gens.
Okay.
Yep, I played a picked huntsman.
Is it picked or pictish?
Either one.
Oh, they both apply. Okay.
I think that you could say either.
All right. I like it. I should say that I played Warlock. I played ODD Hack, which is by a dude named Jim from Gaming in BS Landia. I got a tiny little zine that has all the rules. Warlock, I played with Harrigan, also from that Discord. Mirko, Digital Hobbit from that Discord, got COVID. He tested COVID the day before he left on the plane, and he kept on testing every day, and he never could make it. And so Harrigan actually ran his game so he didn't have to cancel it, and I bullied my way in. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I was wondering when you... Sorry. I was wondering when you mentioned his name. I was like, I don't remember seeing him there, but you just explained it.
Yeah, he was not there. I also got to play X-Crawl Classics with Brendan LaSalle. Sarcophagi for Life. Sorry, that was our, you make your own adventuring group. I don't know if you don't know anything about X-Crawl, but anyway, that was the name of our band or our adventuring group, the Sarcophagi. And this was our movement to show like we're laying in a sarcophagus. Get it? Anyway.
Did you come up with that?
I did. That's why I'm so proud of it. And then I also ran White Sands, which members of the Gamerhood have actually, you can see the games that I've ran in the past in that setting of the White Sands of Opjamar. And I actually just started with the same setup. I mean, there were like 9 people or something, like Harrigan, Jim, Huskarl from that. And then there was Luau Lu from This Old Dungeon, Brian Shutter from Neon Lords of whatever the Toxic Wasteland. I don't remember what the rest of that thing is called.
I think that's it.
Trevor Hartman, an actor from Minneapolis, and Michael Spredeman, a guy I just met. But that session was pretty funny because there were actually multiple people just watching us play, which, hey, it's not that different from this, I guess. But at one point I mispronounced. I was trying to say Maleficent Sulfur, and I just said Mulfur. And there was a guy sitting at a table behind me who wasn't even in the game. And just instantly, I just turned around and I go, "Shut up, you're not even in this game." It was pretty funny. And then I go, "Hey, do you want to play?" Stu's like...
And he didn't take you up on that?
I thought you were joking. No, anyway, we won't talk anything else. Maybe at the break, I'll show you something that I bought or something. But other than that, I think it's time, Stu. Why don't you go crazy and give us a 1.5 minute excerpt of everything that we've done in the campaign so far, or sure. 10 seconds or something, whatever you want.
Just good timing because people on Twitch were starting to get bored and they were demanding that we start the game. All right.
You mean on YouTube?
No, I meant Twitch.
Oh, I haven't seen any chats on Twitch.
That's the joke. All right, here we go. So we are on an island. What are we doing here? We are looking. So we were actually heading elsewhere, but we stopped over at this island because we have heard rumors that there is a healing well of sorts somewhere on the island. We know the island was once inhabited by a cult that has since faded away. Right before we reached the island, we were attacked by these like sculpin fishmen on our boat, and we encountered more of them when we tried to explore the caverns near where the shore was when we first arrived at the island. That didn't go very well. They had some prisoners. There was a bunch of them. We ended up pulling back out, resting on the boat, And then we are now making an ascent towards the top of the island where there appears to be a structure, a building, a temple. We don't really know. But on the way there, we encountered like this strange stone structure and a person. So the person, we saw movement, the person hid, and then we noticed there was like an overturned small rowboat on the ground, and we suspect they're hiding under there, and Vicente was just about to confront them, which is essentially where we left off.
Alrighty. Does that sound accurate to you, Robert?
Right. When he said the thing about the rowboat, that does make sort of jar memory. But in my notes, I just said I have written down: "See strange huddled figure cloaked, runs away around the southern tip." Maybe I didn't write that last little part. Did we go around it and then we saw him there?
You have not seen him. He ran away and he's been out of sight, but you have spotted this other thing.
And we only saw one figure, right? We didn't see more than one.
Correct.
Okay.
We split up and went kind of opposite directions around the structure, so I think we feel like we have a pretty good read on there isn't anything else going on. So.
Oh, you got our new character portraits.
Yeah, I have the art in from James Richards. It's fantastic. So thanks to James for that. Unfortunately,
James
it looks
did
like
come by the YouTube chat, and that's not me being misleading. He actually did come by.
Sure it isn't. I'm just kidding.
How many Twitch people are there?
No one's said anything on Twitch, so I don't usually talk about anybody until they say something.
I'm just kidding. That was supposed to go with the joke again, and Stu was supposed to say there was like 10
Jesus
people
Christ, your guys' jokes suck.
there.
We'll let the audience decide.
All right, audience, let's go. Let's put out a poll right now. Who's had the best joke so far? I haven't had one, but I can still win. All right, so what I've done here is I've put your guys' tokens out. Here's some more art from the adventure that we're running, which is from Randy M. I always forget what the name of his company actually is, but he has been doing a lot of art, mostly, I think, in the OSR, but I wouldn't really know because I don't buy a lot of products outside of the OSR. So I could be, creating my own prophecy. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway. This is what you guys see. You can see there's a dory there. There's some large rock formations. There's some grass. Occasionally you've seen a bird or something. It's high tide, and I think you'd only been climbing up the stairs of the island for a little while, and then you stopped off at the large marker stone, which is usually 60 to 70 feet wide and 10, 12 feet high. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But it was enough to cause you guys to be interested in what it was. And that's when you saw a figure lurking about. What are you going to do?
One thing I forgot to mention is for at least another 6 game hours, my character Norsill cannot speak. He rolled poorly on the dark and dangerous magic roll when he tried to cast a spell. And his mouth has become kind of fused shut.
How cool is that?
Quite a sight. I think you are the one that gets to talk to anybody because you can't say anything. We did that joke before. Remember, it's
yeah.
This is the boat, right there.
Yeah, the upside down little dinghy.
Okay.
It's kind of stuck into a cleft among a large rock and some weedy grass.
So I'll yell out, "You there! Show yourself!"
There is no response.
Do I hear any sounds of scrabbling or something like that from underneath that boat?
Make a detection check. If you don't have detection, then perception. I don't know how good the squares are. I don't think I measured this. I just kind of visibly showed what we got going on. It's one of those 3D maps, isometric, so it doesn't. All right, so you hear nothing, Sergeant Schultz.
Two, right?
What's that?
Johan, the guy from the boat, he's with us, right?
Oh yeah, Johan. Alas, poor Johan. I knew him well. Indeed, Johan.
I was like Sergeant Schultz, because that's what he would say in this situation.
Do you know who Sergeant Schultz is?
Yes.
I see nothing.
Oh, okay.
Is that
That's
what
what
we're
you meant.
talking about? I hear nothing.
Yep.
I see nothing. And Johan joins the merry band. What you guys want to do?
So what do you think, Norsill? Do you want to flank it and come around
Yeah.
each side?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'll crawl up here. And then, so I'm going to go there.
Right, is this all considered flat land for me, going this way?
Yeah, it's relatively flat land. When you approach, I think you start to realize that the ground under this upside down dinghy is actually lower, and there may be like a small cave entrance beneath it. As Norsill climbs up there, he sees he can't get over top of it because the rocks and stuff keep going in. It's because there is some sort of cave entrance that's leading deeper into the hillside.
Okay, then I'll take the butt end of my spear, like come up close to it and see if I can kind of like lift the boat and see if I can see in there a little bit.
All right, so the boat is very heavily lodged there. And I mean, it's big enough boat that it could carry a few people. You're welcome, Maltworm. Oh, sorry. Do you want to do it hard enough that you may force it somehow, or what are you trying to accomplish here?
I was just trying to maybe pivot it a little bit so I could see that there's not a little dude right there with a dagger that's about to slit my throat.
You don't see anything or hear anything of that, but moving it, it kind of creaks and that. But you maybe could really get after it, or with Johan's aid, smash it or something if you wanted to.
I think Johan, come over here. We'll just move this out of the way. Looks like there's a cave entrance behind it.
So what you realize is it's only the rotting bow of an overturned dory. Tall beach. Hey, I just found the area, so I'm reading you the box text now. Tall beach grass grows throughout the area, concealing what the dory does not. The ground near the cave descends slightly to an opening below. I think you guys can manhandle this thing. And after a few moments, you pull it out and you realize that there's a small cave within. And I think fairly quickly you can smell a pretty strong smell. It smells of rot, sickness, and a fetid mix of damp earth.
And from the cave entrance, does it look like it descends? Is that what you had said before?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we see this is kind of wet area or not?
Possibly. It does rain here a lot. I don't know if you remember, but there was just a storm not too long ago.
Okay, so do I see like wet boot prints leading down?
Yeah, but I think it's quite evident that the boots are heavily worn, and like maybe you can actually see a toe or something. More like
okay.
wrapped feet, I think, as opposed to boots.
And where did that guy pop out from? We just saw him.
There's like a big, there was like a big stone that's like made out of rock. That's
Right.
obviously not
And there was an old fire pit with bones, right?
Yeah, yeah. He was. I can't remember if he was hidden on top of it or where he was. To be honest, Stu, you just watched this. How did I describe it?
He was like peeking around the side, I think, and you noticed.
There you go. You didn't notice him by this thing. You noticed him by the other
Right.
rock formation that's very close to this area.
This is just an Admiral Akbar situation.
I think this is
See,
a perfect time for Johan to mention up. Looks like a trap boss.
Or Johan, I forgot that's his little phrase. Johan / Admiral Akbar.
Okay, let's check it out.
Norsill's like, yeah, sure, whatever, it's a trap. Okay. Well, I guess so. I don't think we're just going to leave this here and keep going. So we will descend. I guess I'll take the lead.
All right, so it kind of leads down about 15 or 20 feet, and then there's another area that flattens, and it's maybe enough for 1 or 2 people, maybe 6 or 7 feet in diameter, quote unquote. The ground is littered, strewn with small bones, eggshells, scraps, and bits of debris and detritus. Appears to be a natural cave, but at one point it looks as an attempt to excavate it was made. That leads on to this main chamber that I've opened up here, and there's 2 tunnels leading. One leads to the left and one leads to the right.
I guess as we start to go down, is there anything noticeable about change in smell? Does it change more from like this earthy smell to anything more animal-like?
No, it doesn't smell animal-like. It actually smells more like a midden pit or something like that. It smells of too much human.
More human than human?
Mm-hmm. But there is overpowering smell of. It's more like being in a sick tent or something like that.
Okay, so I'll take the lead, head down. We'll come to that main spot that you say it turns. It's kind of hard to tell on the drawing, but you're basically saying it. This is
turn
one
to the left and to the right. Yeah.
Right. I can see the one on the right. The one to the left is a little bit harder to make out.
Yeah.
Anything noticeable as we come further down into where like this is like a landing almost? Like or anything on the walls? There's nothing like drawn or written there.
You don't see anything written, but I think you should be able to see into the chamber to the left. To the right, it's kind of like a sloped tunnel that's leading away.
Okay, and then we have to have a light source down here. It's gonna be dark, right? So
yeah,
I assume Norsill will have a torch.
Oh my gosh, Michael or 2OG Michael, he must have been watching enough of our videos that he knows that detritus is one of the bingo words. Well done, sir. Well done. I think you win the gamerhood for the day. What I don't know is why this isn't opening all the way. There we go. All right. So what did you say, Robert? I missed it. Sorry.
Of course, of course. I said Norsill will probably have a torch lit behind me, I'm assuming.
What do you think, Stu?
I think so too. So, Hans, I don't know if you remember, I think we did like an abstract thing for inventory of stuff from the boat because we just started with the class starting equipment.
Yeah.
And didn't really pick a bunch of stuff. So, if you're good just rolling with it, that we probably brought light sources, we could do that. Or I forget, you had like a diminishing dice inventory thing that you came up with off the cuff, but I can't remember what it was.
You didn't see that in the old videos?
I didn't watch all 2 hours.
That's bullshit. I don't. I started it, but man, I was watching it. You know, I slowed everything down so I could make sure I kept everything in mind. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think you could have light.
Cool.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I have a torch in my equipment. I thought there was like 1 torch that we each get just as part of standard equipment.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
No,
let's go with that.
the standard equipment
We
is
got a
now
torch.
written in the character class.
Maybe it was in my character class. I don't remember. It's
Yeah,
on my
that's what I'm
character
saying.
sheet. If it's on my character sheet, I have it.
For sure, man. Don't get so excited. Relax. You have a torch. You have it lit. There is light. I think,
Right.
honestly, that it's just enough light that you can see down that tunnel to a dimly lit chamber that it looks like a few humans are huddled up on makeshift beds of rags and reeds.
You're talking about to the west or the left?
To the right.
left. To the right? Okay.
Yeah, to the left is the pool.
Okay.
Alrighty. What
Yep,
you want
so-
here? Maybe I should just open these up so you guys can see.
The pool is immediately accessible. Maybe we check that out first. I mean, we're looking for fountain. I doubt it's the pool, but
All right, you guys can enjoy looking at that, but I'm going to have to break tradition and go to the bathroom early. But I won't go without offering up some sweet tunes. There we go.
I didn't hear any sweet tunes hit the stream either, just for the record. But
There's the sound of water. It's like waves and then a little bit of music.
I was expecting music. I couldn't tell if it was just background noise at first or. I don't know. Do you have an opinion here? Do we go check out the pool? Do we go to the larger cavern?
But he said there were people there, right?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I thought he said there were people huddled in there. Or is it just that they had their bunks in there?
I guess now we gotta wait. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, if there are people there, they'd know we're here. We have a light source. We're coming down. But if not, then I guess we go to the left, take a look at the pool first.
All right. What do you all want to know?
What'd you say is in the right-hand chamber again? Are there people, or are we just bunks?
No, there's people. There's people that are huddled in makeshift beds. They're like kind of like shying away from your light. They look almost skeletal. They reek of sickness and awful. In one
Do they
corner,
stir?
Yeah. You can see they're like I said, they're like some of them stir, but there are two wrapped in oil and some kind of hides that do not move. They're obviously corpses, and most of them look so weak that they likely wouldn't be able to move. But there is one that seems to be staring at you, the torchlight glinting off of his eyes.
You there? Were you the one that we saw up top? I'm pointing to the one that's looking at us.
He nods slowly, rags wrapped around his hands, fingers filled with dirt and blood.
What is this place? Who are you?
It's all that's left of us. That bitch Iggit led us here to die. Have you any water or food? It's too late for many of my companions. I was a blacksmith once. Stu
I
looks
offer,
really confused. Stu looks super confused. I need to take a picture of this.
I was going back through my notes.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes too. I offer a ration, but I don't want him to touch me or anything, so I kind of like toss it in his direction.
He scrabbles over spider-like to grab it. Some of the others kind of, is that? You can hear their, help us, think Argosa. They really look like they're in bad shape.
What's this pool in the other chamber?
You ask them?
Yep.
We've been drinking there, but I do not know if it is clean or not.
Did this affliction happen before or after you drank from that pool?
By Argosa, we do not know. I do not know. All I know is that our end is near unless you can get us off of this accursed isle.
Do you know of the temple up at the top of the cliff?
Aye, we could not enter. It requires a key of some sort. We no longer have the strength to make the ascent to the temple, and that bitch Iggit and her cadre take us. I wouldn't be surprised if they've turned to cannibalism.
What brought you to this island?
The temple. We've all have problems. Need healing. The magical, mystical waters of Gox.
And was
Surely it's what
Iggit-
brought you.
Was Iggit part of your crew?
So I don't know if you looked at your notes or not, but Iggit, basically Elsa said Iggit was the leader that brought them all there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to find. I don't know if I have that written down.
So apparently Elsa is one of the other pilgrims with this old blacksmith dude. Yeah, you kind of basically found their little hidey hole. And you destroyed it, so no, they will no longer be hidden. Good work.
No. We moved the boat out of the way. We didn't
No, it was
destroy
rotted. It fell into pieces.
We'll ask Johan to sort of build him something back. Oh yeah, I do have the Iggit on here. Okay,
Sounds like a trap. You think I'm a carpenter?
Well, what's your name?
Let me see here. Barrett. Barrett of... I don't even remember any of the dang places. For 2OG Michael, this is a totally different setting than the one you played in. This is actually the Midlands from Pickpocket Press. Fantastic setting, by the way. But I can't say that my brain is straight up into We should have known he calls it Karuks, by the way, because you guys don't have Midlands. On page 17, he calls it the header is Karuks. It's not Karakian or anything else.
I do have it. I just have it as a PDF.
All right. Crow's Keep. That's where he says he's from. Crow's Keep.
Did he say he was a pirate?
He said he was a blacksmith.
Okay.
Was I talking like a pirate or something?
No, I think just the way he said his name. It's Merritt?
Barrett.
Barrett? Barrett?
Barrett.
Okay, that's why I thought you said pirate.
Pirate doesn't sound anything like Barrett.
Yeah, it sounds so.
I could see it.
It sounds like it. All right.
Barrett the blacksmith, man. Oh shit! I don't need this. I still haven't figured out what I want to do with the chat box. Like where I want to put it or any of that stuff on the Twitch stream. That is. To OG Michael, since you're the only one talking, if you have some thoughts, then let me know. All right, is there anything else? Are you guys just gonna help these guys? Not help them? What's the thought process?
I just gave them a ration. I think that's helping.
I can tell you guys are in dire straits. Here, have this peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
How many total of them are there?
I'm not a healer.
Half dozen. 2 corpses.
I'm not a healer. They look sickly, and I don't want them to get me diseased. I tell what is it? Barrett? Is that how you said it?
Do we need to change this guy's name? Would that make it easier for you?
Barrett.
Barrett.
I'll tell him we want to check out the pool in the other room. We'll be right back.
Do you have any fresh water?
I think that's that same question that Stu had because I don't have that on my character sheet.
Surely we do. We could part with like a water skin.
Okay.
We know we have some more at the boat, right? Like.
You had a can of liquid death.
Yeah.
All right.
Lime flavored or whatever that is. Sure.
This is severed lime, sir.
Severed, of course it is.
I guess that makes sense that you get the flavored one. I still don't really understand people drinking just the plain water, but except unless you want to just drink it out of a tall can.
Do we need to get in a brawl over the stream right now about drinking water?
Liquid death. I've got water right here. I'm just saying, like, what does a canned water do
Sparkling.
that a glass of water? Oh, is it sparkling?
Yeah, it's sparkling water. This is also flavored. But
No, that was my whole point. It's
I
flavored.
also have a regular glass of water with
The glasses of water.
the old
That's
gaming
the,
and BS.
the glass of water stream.
The gaming and BS, man. I saw Stu was drinking a beer. What are you drinking tonight, Stu?
I don't know. It's one of these newfangled session IPAs. It's only like 3.8% alcohol, but it tastes pretty good.
That's like drinking water, right?
Well, I don't like to get too loopy on your stream. I like to keep it classy, you know?
Why would you start now?
Very common question.
All right. Let's get back to it. What else? You guys want to check out the pool chamber?
Yeah, we've given the guy a water skin.
All right, and a single piece of beef jerky that he's passing around. He's chewing some of it up and spitting into someone who's lost all their teeth due to scurvy. I don't know how gross I can make this. Anyway, it looks like there is a pool of water. There's a ledge above the pool of water off to your right that you can spot when the torchlight enters. It looks like there's a rivulet that just kind of runs along the back wall and creates that pool. It looks like it's filled with debris, old barrels, rotting rope, and filthy cloth.
So I'll take the butt end of my, actually not the butt end of my spear, the pointy end of my spear, and I'll poke around in that rotten stuff. Just move it about and see if anything is hidden within.
It looks like it's been moved about after months of starving and people dying of thirst have looked through everything here.
Oh, so it doesn't seem like I mean, I don't know if I would be able to figure that out, that these folks brought it down here.
Some of it looks older than that. It's hard to tell what it was originally used for. Perhaps the
Right.
cult used it for something.
So coming over to the pool and taking a closer look at it, does it just look like water? Does
Yeah.
it smell like anything?
It kind of has a fetid smell to it.
Cloudy? It's clear?
It's cloudy.
Cloudy.
Should we just tell them like we're gonna go to the temple and then we'll swing back by? But in reality, we should probably talk to the captain before we commit to
Oh yeah.
doing
I don't
anything.
I don't know if I want to. They're diseased. I don't know if I want to bring them onto the ship.
Yeah.
Ooh, moral
It's cool
dilemma.
though. We'll go find the temple. We'll get the water of healing. Everybody lives happily ever after. I'm sure that's how it'll work out.
Mm-hmm. We could also climb up to that ledge and see if there's anything up there. In this
Sure.
room.
Let's do it.
Okay, I will climb up to that ledge. Does it look like it's a difficult climb, or is it?
It looks like it's about 10 feet high. It shouldn't be too hard, especially if you ask Johan to help boost you. It doesn't look like anyone scrabbled up here in quite some time. Most likely the people, when they found this, they were already too weak to make this sort of climb. And you find an old skeleton. Any cloth that it was wearing has long since decayed. But you do find the remnants of a shield, old rusted armor, and a long sword.
And the longsword seems to be in good enough condition to be used.
It looks like it's in a rotted wooden scabbard.
I'll kick at it a little bit and see if I can get the blade to sort of be revealed. Does it look like it's mostly rusted away, or is it still usable?
It might be usable with some cleaning. It does look a little pitted or rusted, just like the armor, but it's possibly usable with some cleaning.
And you said the shield's not really usable, right? It's just a piece of a shield.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly the metal piece around with bits of wood that have been slowly rotting away and blackened with age.
Any signs of combat to the skeleton? Like a sign that indicates that this person was stabbed or hacked. I guess stabbing is gonna be hard, but any damage to any damage to the bones that looked like it was.
Are we working on a police procedure here? Is that what we're
Yeah.
doing? A little forensic activity on this thing?
Do they have a journal? What's the last page say?
Yeah.
Make a detection check. Great success, and I'll give you something.
Great success. Terrible failure. That's like a great success.
That's the
Just
complete opposite.
Just the opposite.
So I think that means that you've come up with an idea that is inaccurate. You're quite sure that talons of something have hurt this dude. You find something on him that makes you feel like that. Like a puncture in the armor and then some effect on him. It makes you believe he was attacked by some sort of large beast. So I don't know if you guys remember, but your experience with the Midlands before is different. There's not as much magic now. That's definitely something we're minimizing. They're not necessarily creatures that some games would consider magical, but anyway, that's what we're going with. Okay.
Okay, so I am going to take the sword and I'll hand that down to Johan and
He
tell him to
whips
hold
it
on
out of
to
the
it.
blade and he says, "Finally, I am." Oh, I'm just kidding. I feel like we need some pacing action in this game or something.
And then I climb down.
All right, you are down.
Explain what I saw to Norsill.
All right. For those at home just joining us, Norsill doesn't have a mouth. It's just skin.
Okay, so I think we're just gonna head out, and I will relay.
You might as well give him all your rations, Stu. Can't eat anyway.
Hey, like another 5 hours, I'll be mealtime. I'll be good.
All right, sorry.
Maybe he can
Robert.
just like crush it and like absorb it through his skin. I'm gonna come back through and relay to the sickly ones, Barrett, the blacksmith, and the others that we are going to go up to the temple, and if we can get the healing waters back to you, we will attempt to do so.
They're kind of like,
do not despair.
They immediately begin despairing. No, don't leave us, please. Wailing. Fortunately, they're too weak in order to really pull at your heartstrings, as if you had any.
They're sickly. I don't
devils.
know. Sickly. All right, then we head back up top.
All right. Some may wonder what that encounter was all. Whoa! What the? Alrighty, back to the island. So this is where we are. This tiny little dude right here. This I don't really even have. On my map, all I have is this boat. Where are you guys at? Here.
Yeah, that's all I see too.
Oh.
You taught me a word today, Hobbs.
What?
I don't know if I knew this word dory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on top of this shit, man.
You must have grew up around the sea, right?
No, that's what's in the adventure. Alright, let me get over here to my map. Alright, so yeah, right now we're using this boat as your token. So that thing was over here, like kind of behind the big rock formation. Now what y'all gonna do?
Well, it looks like we've got a path to follow. We're going to follow that path. Head on up.
So I think let's get a die out here that can kind of help us keep time. All right, I don't have one in there. So, oh wait, this is one probably. We're going to refer to my old methods. Wait, is this a D30? Oh, D24. All right, so it was high tide. Noon is when you started. You messed around in there quite a bit. So noon, 1, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sound good to you guys?
That much time? That seems like a lot.
Would you like it to be 2:30? Well, I mean, you spent a lot of time in there talking to them, searching around. What, are you thinking it should be 2 hours after going up there, wandering around, looking around? All right.
Negotiate at 2 hours.
All right, so I'm just going to put it at 3 anyway, 3 o'clock. Stu is awfully quiet today. Is he always this quiet?
I don't have a mouth.
Stu's role playing.
Yeah.
What? Is that something new for you? I mean, I don't remember you doing this in the past.
He doesn't like it when we suggest that his role playing is.
All right, so I think we continue on up. Let me find my notes. All right. All right, I think that you guys start to head up. Like I say, it's about a 2-hour walk. And as you're moving up, I think Johan, I'm certain it's a trap, but oh my God, do you see that? He points off into the distance, off of the island to the east. And you guys can see a large shape winging through the sky. and this is a long ways off, but you still know it's massive. So it's got to be some sort. Your first thought is immediately it's some sort of dragon or something. Fortunately, it's not flowing towards you because it's huge. You can see it, and then all of a sudden it kind of dives down out of sight by one of the other nearby islands.
Right. If we see that again, my recommendation would be to stop moving and then crouch down so that we don't get the attention of whatever this large.
I don't know if you guys ever
beast
seen it,
is.
but I'm pretty sure if you check like the notes in national parks, it's just like a bear. You're supposed to just stop, wave your arms, and say, "Hey, dragon! Hey, dragon!" and it'll fly away. If you have some dragon spray, might help. Although in my recent trip to the Smoky Mountains, well, one of the other reasons that we haven't been playing this game, we asked for some bear spray at one of the local stores. And you know what the lady said? I tell everyone not to get bear spray. I always say you should just get a gun, because when you have the bear spray, a lot of times you end up just squirting yourself. And I thought to myself, all right, we don't get the bear spray because we might just squirt ourselves because we're all worried about the bear, but we're going to get a gun instead. What are we going to do with that? Shoot ourselves? I don't know. It's very confusing. So this is my advice to you people out there. Be wary on who you get advice from, especially me. But other than that, I would just get your bear spray before you get to the Smoky Mountains.
So the Smokies are not going to run into like grizzlies or anything, you know.
No, you're just
could
going to
come
run
across
into
a
600-pound black bear. Surely no problems with that.
Yeah, but black bears typically are skittish around people, unless you happen to come across their kids, right?
Well, the one that I saw, I was like, fuck no. That's all I'm telling you. It was huge. And it just like lumbered up onto the road. So I don't know how many black bears you've met on a road.
I saw one time when I was on a bicycle ride, and it crossed the road near us, and it was scared.
This dude didn't look scared at all. He looked like
very scared and ran as far away from us as it could.
He looked like he was ready to eat some gamers, I'll tell you that. All right. So you guys start moving up the hill, and you travel for maybe another hour or so.
Yeah, as we go up, I'm like taking pulls from the water skin, sharing with Johan. I'm like, I'm sorry, Norsill.
Sorry, you're thirsty, Norsill. So you've reached this area nearly about halfway up. When you do spot a path that's leading off of the trail, the stairs that you've been following. Where's the damn, is that this? Yeah, all right. Headed off the path into
the wooded area there?
Yeah, towards these woods.
Any immediate signs of like tracks, like it looks like it's been used recently?
Why don't you make a detection check? You're so good at these.
Haven't I failed the last two? I keep trying, it's got to come up. Good. Nope, it's another terrible failure. Haven't I just had nothing but terrible failures? Look at that.
You're really good at perception. I like your target number of 6.
Is that what it's supposed to? Why is it so low?
What's your perception?
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it has to do with your dump stat being perception. I don't know. Yeah, you don't notice anything. But like I say, there's always been like bits of bone, skulls trailing these ancient stairs that are leading up the mountain.
Well, what do you think, Norsill? Do we continue heading up, or do we take this?
I almost want to go straight to the temple, and then we could check it on the way back. I could also be, you know what? We could just follow the path though, and then maybe I would be finally rested up by the time we get to the temple. I don't think we were supposed to be playing it that way, as if I knew exactly when my mouth would come back. But
whatever. player skill.
I don't know that I have a strong opinion. I could go either. What do you think?
So it's now like 4 o'clock,
Yes.
5 o'clock.
Yes.
What time does the sun set? Is this what time of the year is it?
I think it was late summer, early fall.
Okay. So we've got a little bit of light left.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's best to get to the temple at darkness. Maybe it would be best to sort of take this side path, see where it leads.
Check it out.
Yeah. So we'll deviate and head down that way.
Alrighty. So you make your way over. It's maybe 100 yards or so, maybe 2 into the woods. And what you spot is this one thing that I'm going to find. I'm on top of this. I'm way better when I write it myself. I remember everything. That's a lie. I don't know if you remember, but there's been lots of times that I'm saying, oh, I got to find my notes. About halfway up the stone path, a narrow path branches away from the stone path, capitalize, extends about 200 paces to a grassy field. The field ends at an alcove set against the steep slope of the isle. A circular stone is set into the base of the cliff. Amongst the path, you can see some grass and bits of occasional skulls amongst the tall beach grass and rocks.
And these are human skulls?
Oh, I know what I have to do. Let me fix this quick. Yeah, they look like they're human skulls, but up against the wall where that stone is, you can see 3 dudes in like rags, but they don't look like they're starving like the other dudes. I'm gonna move some guys over so hopefully you'll be able to see. Oh yeah. Hello, hello. There we go. All right. Makes sense.
So they look somewhat of similar condition as the other guys, but maybe not as bad.
Correct.
What's their demeanor like?
You can see that they have one of them has a spear, both of them have clubs, and they look like they have daggers at their belts. And they glare back at you menacingly. Hey! You bastards came on that boat, did ya? We'll be taking that, thank you very much. I don't know why we all sound like pirates now, but deal with it,
Maybe it was because of Barrett, the pirate, the blacksmith.
It might be. So we'll say you guys, like this map isn't going to be accurate because you wouldn't have to be that close. But they do, like you can see like around them, it looks like they have different things that they've been trying to use as a fulcrum to get that stone out of the way that's at the end of this path and this like narrow kind of canyon on the side of the island. What are you going to do?
I'll yell out and say, looks like you're having some difficulty with that stone. Instead of threatening us, maybe we could work together and we could open up this this entranceway.
Hey, you got a pretty mouth for a Karakan.
It's Karok. Thank you.
We'll see about that. Get 'em, boys. And they like start to fan out a little bit. Move towards you menacingly. How do you guys like all the accents I'm dropping on you today? It's pretty damn impressive, isn't it? Like, what damn place did I put these guys in? Oh, I see.
Would you call it was like an archway?
What?
The stone. There's a stone.
Like a circular stone.
Right. But it's in front of an archway or something like that? What you said?
No, it's like a canyon that kind of goes back. It's a level, and then like the island mount stone kind of came up around it. The path leads straight to a circular stone at the end of it.
But there's something behind that they're trying to get to.
They're trying to move the stone, it looks
Right.
like. Yeah. What do you want to do?
The last thing they said was they indicated they'll take our boat.
Yeah. And maybe they want to eat you.
I do need to take a quick break, real quick. I gotta check on something real quick. Sorry, it's a little bit of a possible emergency. So let me
All right. All right.
let me just take a break, and I'll be right back.
All right. 8:30. No problem. You can take a break too, Sue. Talk to Dr.
Yeah,
Doreno.
I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's anything probably serious, but I want to check on something. So
Yep, do your thing then.
Yeah, buddy.
I will also be
I
back
gotta
shortly.
pee again anyway. So where the hell did Stu get his beautiful poem? Anybody know? I'm impressed. All right, what was I gonna do? I was gonna show you guys. Maybe talk a little bit about Gamehole Con. How awesome that might have been. I think I have some products that I got. Oh shit. I did make some impulse buys at the room. At the dealer hall. Here's one. Cowboys with Big Hearts. I don't know anything about it. It's by Jason Morningstar. But it has cowboys and like a dude with a skull face. So you know it's right up my alley. I think I should take a minute to maybe check out who's hanging out on the YouTubes since my man Stu took off on me. It has cowboys and like a dude with a skull face. So looks like we got Brian in the Bunker, Rodar Garcia, James Richards. Oh, Rod Garcia. Oh, I know who that must be. That must be Rod's from the Gamerhood. All right, welcome everybody. So I did get this. I got my official Gary's Appendix issue number 3. Yeah, issue 3. Got it signed by Jeffrey Jones and Travis Miller. Did I show this to you before, Stu? I don't think I did I? Best writer in the area for sure. And here's some more awesome James Richards art. Look at that hodag. Looks like something you don't want to run into. Just in case you ever needed it, here's the statistics in OSE for normal oxen. Now, this guy's on top of it. Stu's face says it all. Anyway, that's the hodag in Gary's Appendix number 3. I also got this, Scoundrels of Brixton, also by RPBG Ramblings. Sci-fi setting of crime and conflict under a hard sun. I went to a zine swap. I didn't even know there was a zine swap. I was just hanging out with Levi Combs and Tom Wilson. We had just had Indian at Swad, which is an awesome restaurant in Madison. But I did pick up a couple of these. You guys ever heard of this? Old School and Cool, an OSR zine. I don't even know who writes this. I was just like, I'm going to get all 3 of these. Oh, this name sounds familiar. Night Owl Publishing. Does anyone know who Night Owl Publishing is? Stu, does that sound familiar to you?
No, I don't know it.
It totally sounds familiar to me. Now it's making me nervous. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with Night Owl Publishing. If there is, we'll look into that. And
don't come at us.
Don't come at us. We're just some dudes playing a game online. I'm not trying to give these guys a... If Dr. Drano knows, let us know. I also bought another cool thing, but I have to go get it. It's so weird that they were actually at the con, because Into the Weird and Wild. You ever seen this before, Stu?
Yeah, that looks like the newer edition, right? I think
Yeah.
I have like a really old one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the newer edition. But I also got Into the Sassan Citadel as well.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen that. I mean, I've heard of it, but I haven't looked through it.
I haven't looked in it yet either. But I actually was reading this. You can see I've read it at least, like 10 pages or something out of this thing. So that's pretty good for me. I don't know how much Have you read it, Stu?
I went through, let's see, like the first part. I can't remember the order, but it's separated into kind of like a bestiary, but there's also some rules for some general like wilderness, like travel stuff, right?
Yeah, and that's like the first thing that you run into is that travel
Okay.
stuff, where he's basically going over the basics of the dangers of traveling into the weird, surviving the night, the rule of gold, and exhaustion, right? That's pretty much the main, and the hunt, which is actually kind of interesting. It's almost like a monster hunter kind of thing in some ways. You could definitely use it. In some ways, it kind of reminds me of like Skirple's book, where he's like giving you different things to do with monsters and stuff, right? I just started with the bestiary, and I'll definitely use some of this stuff, I think, in this bestiary in some way, form, or another. So
The art style is pretty cool too.
what?
The art.
Yeah, it's the writer did all the art as well, right? So that's pretty neat. So I've not opened Into the Cess, but I'd heard good things from other people. But beyond that, that's pretty much all I bought. I did make the mistake of they didn't actually have decaf coffee at the place at the con, and I usually don't drink anything but decaf because I get migraines if I don't continue to do the caffeine. And I don't remember if it was last night or the night before. Massive migraines. But I did have this fever dream for a new show.
On.
It's a dungeon writer arena. So I'm going to get people to send me 5-room dungeons. And then I'm going to do a show with the writer, kind of going over the decisions that they made about the dungeon and like why they did this or why they did. It doesn't have to be 5 rooms. That's just like a smallish dungeon. And then I'm going to run a group of people through both dungeons. So this is going to be multiple shows for every dungeon, and then we're going to decide which one's better, and talk about maybe how we would make it better or some different things about it, and then eventually I'll publish them with the writers obviously being able to keep their product to do publishing on their own, but then there would be like a dungeon writers arena zine or something that would have like the different dungeons in them. And maybe run the actual dungeons almost kind of like a tournament or something to give the players points as well.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to check on. When you look at your news, you will find that there's an active shooter incident going on in Maine right now. I know it's kind of serious stuff, and my wife's family lives in Maine, so I needed to check and make sure everybody was okay. Everybody's okay. So it's about a half hour away from her, but it looks pretty serious, and the guy is still at large.
Well, I only know 2 people in Maine: Roger Braslett and Edwin Najee. So I hope they're fine. I hope everyone's fine. Rod Garcia is asking a little bit about the Weird in the Wild, and he said that many people have said it's very good as well. I think now would be a good time to tell all the Gamerhood people that on Sundays, either 6 or 7 o'clock, I'm going to start doing something. So every Sunday there'll be something going on at the Gamerhood, not only on Wednesdays. Hopefully it's going to be Hobbs and Friends episodes, and maybe like the Libram Society or whatever it is, whatever kind of trouble we get into. Or hey, maybe we'll be doing the Dungeon Riders Arena. I don't know. But anybody who's interested in sending a dungeon for Dungeons Riders Arena, which is just a name that's in place, I'm not saying that's the name, send me an email at hnfhobbs@gmail.com. Or you can reach me on Twitter at OSRNHobbs. Or, put a comment, ask for it, whatever. Whatever. Any thoughts, Stu, before we move on about my Dungeon Rider Arena?
I think the premise sounds cool of a little bit of exploration about design decisions, and then like after that being able to observe someone going through it cold just to see how that plays out. I think it is good. I think that'd be fun.
Maybe I've just guessed GM. I will probably will play it before I release the show when we're talking to the designer, because
Sure.
I mean, I'm
Yep,
assuming most
makes
of the
sense.
people that want to play are probably going to want to watch the show as well. So of when the design happens, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I think it'll be fun. I sent out some. I woke up in the middle of the night, basically out of a fever dream from this migraine, and I was like, I got to write this idea down. And so I sent like 6 texts out to some different people, like Levi and Hoffman and Paul Wolf and Julian Bernick and Brendan LaSalle, and they all seemed to think it was interesting. Many of them are obviously busy already with like real jobs and not wanting to send me free stuff to put on my YouTube channel or whatever. But Bernick definitely said he'd write something, and Hoffman said the same, and Paul. So we should at least have 2 for Dungeon Rider Arena. Now we just got to figure out what system it's going to be, which could change, right? It doesn't always have to be the same system. We could change that up. We could do a DCC. We could do X-Crawl Classics. We could do OSE. We could do LFG, whatever. But yeah, and eventually we'll have like a tournament and release the stuff. So that's my idea. Robert, did you hear it? Are you excited?
Yeah. So what's the basic idea? People would make a 5-room dungeon, and then you would run it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm also going to do an interview with them talking about their design decisions for it before I actually run it for groups, and then it's going to be kind of a tournament to see when we put a poll out to see which dungeon was better, and then maybe like have a bracket system of somehow, or even maybe talk about how you decide which one's better, and then have fun actually playing it, because I think reading it is one thing versus actually playing it is a whole other thing.
Right. How would you set the parameters for that? Would you like say it's a certain level, and if it's different systems? How well does that?
I don't know. I don't know for
Yeah.
sure. That's something we could talk about. Yeah, I would probably set the parameters as the sole owner, but I don't know. But like I said, I would publish them. And I think if someone just wanted to send something, I would get the art for it. I would do all sorts of things in order to publish it under my imprint, and then they would retain the rights to publish it under their own as well, if they so desired. So that's that. I'm oversharing probably, but let's see what we see now. What do we want to do? I think one of these guys probably stands back as the other ones and go.
So they're menacing.
They're definitely like kind of stalking forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I take my hood off so they can see my messed up mouth, and I draw my sword.
All right. We're trying for some sort of intimidation effect here, or
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably still going to attack them regardless, but yeah.
all right. What about Vicente?
I've got my spear, which is always at hand, and the guy to the right is, I think, closest to me, so I'm going to move in his direction. Similarly with Norsill, in a sort of counter menacing manner.
You guys are spreading out.
I don't know. What is Norsill going, left or right?
Yeah, I'll go left.
Okay.
You're
Guess
right.
we're spreading out.
Let's do the thing.
What about Johan? Does he join one side or the other? He's not going to be able to get to the other guy right now.
Depends on if who misses.
Yes.
All right, combat. There's no surprise. One player rolls for initiative. One PC makes an initiative check to represent the whole party. Roll 1d20, aiming for equal or under their initiative score. As we're well aware, the initiative score is made up of perception, the average of perception and dexterity?
Intelligence.
Oh, perception and intelligence. Yes.
Am I right?
Lessening, I don't know. I don't see it in here. Lessening
I got
the
it written
actual-
down. Hold on. I don't know. No, I didn't write it down.
Lessening,
I have what my number is, but let's see.
lessening the value of dexterity in the system. So that is sweet. On a great success, the PCs also act before any bosses and heavies. If the PC fails, the party acts after the enemy. All right, Stu, I think you're the IB. Let's go for it.
Right.
One success.
I think it's a great. I rolled 3 under 14.
You know, there's a thing right on your sheet that you can probably just put. Oh no, there isn't because we aren't using their sheets. Yeah.
No,
All right, so
B1.
I think that works. So it looks like you guys move up and go for it. Oh, I should probably find some statistics for these guys. These are actually giants. They just burst into the... Skinless Terror. That sounds cool.
Wait, the natural 19.
Oh,
That's a
natural
thing.
19. I also, one of the things that Steve said after we discussed, he changed the way that table looks to better explain how the 19s work. So why don't you tell us, what's the 19 mean, man?
Oh, working on it. All right. I'm using a longsword. And
Like, kind of go into it like people have no idea what's going on. That's what I'm saying.
right, yeah. So similar to like a natural 20 being a crit, on natural 19, there is a table for each weapon that indicates. Let's see what effect or subtable to roll on. I think. So for a longsword, a nat 19 is a 1d10 plus 2 for blade trauma, which I think is a separate table. Blade trauma. Alright, so I'm going to roll 1d10 plus 2. As a 3. Blade trauma table result 3 is impaled. The target is impaled, suffering automatic weapon damage at the start of their turn. Unimpaling requires a strength contest or a will check if I'm not trying to keep the blade inside of him.
Oh my goodness. So like you've basically sheathed your sword in this dude, it sounds like. So how much damage does he actually take?
Yeah. Let's see. Does it roll that for me? It did. So that was 4 damage. Sorry, 5, because I don't have a shield. It's two-handed. So nope, I'm looking at the wrong table. I'll get this right. It is plus 1 damage two-handed, so total of 5 damage.
A total of 5 even with the impaling damage?
I think the impaling is at the beginning of his round. Let me just get back there.
I see.
Yeah. Suffering automatic weapon damage at the start of their turn.
All right, awesome. Okay, so that's nice. What about Vicente?
I attacked with my spear, hit an AC 13.
That's a hit.
Damage is 3.
3 points of damage.
Hold on.
Confuse. Oh, I think you're gonna have to randomly decide which way Johan goes because you didn't do it before.
That's fine. Like, I really don't care. I'm just trying to think about this. So mechanically, though, like if we had great success for initiative, like we could do it in whatever order we want, theoretically, right? Like two people move and attack, and then he could do whatever.
Yes.
If he was a PC, I'm happy with the call. Like I just wanted to kind of talk through.
Yes.
Like, it's not like it's phased movement or whatever.
No. It's one action and one
That's
attack. Movement and an action, basically. The action being an attack. You could also attack and then move if you wanted, but
I'm happy. Let's just roll it for an NPC. That's okay with me. So,
Well, you guys could tell him
too.
where you wanted to go, but I think you would have had to decide it before. I don't know. I guess not. I mean, I can see what you're kind of saying. In a regular game, if it was a PC and he went last, but I'd kind of ask for like what you were trying to do. So, whatever.
Let's just roll it. It's fine.
Let's roll it.
1 is left. 2 is right.
All right.
2 it is.
To the right. To the right. To the right.
And he did not roll very well, so I can't move his token. But
Who? Somebody get rid of this guy. Although I kind of like his name, Unsettling Hardill. There's got to be a way to ban this dude.
right click on his name, or click on his name.
I don't know how to do it. Are you a moderator, Stu?
No, not on Twitch.
Son of a bitch. I don't even know how to shut this now. Okay, there we go. Oh, sign me up, rando. Nice. So we had some guy come in to do something or other, but I don't know how to ban him.
Yeah, was it like a spam?
Yeah. Consider yourself banned, even though I don't know how. I know there's a way.
Left click on him, and then there should be the option, the 3 dots. Left click on his name.
Oh, there's the
Chat.
3 dots. Manage suspicious user, or should I use the dots?
It should drop down an additional menu for the dots that
Lock.
give you options.
All right, get out
No.
of here.
I think it just blocks them from your chat. Hold on.
There's definitely like a managing thing here. It says he's restricted. I don't know what that means. All right,
You can
sorry
also
guys.
just /ban and copy his username. /ban space.
Oh shit. That's right, I think I knew that. I knew all these things once.
Copy and paste that without the preceding space in front of the slash.
You think it's Hardill or hard ill? Oh, it says he doesn't.
Copy and pasted it.
It says he doesn't exist.
He probably just like it's like drive-by bot spam. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, he's gone. All right. Alrighty. So after that very excitement, hard lil. I don't know, Dr. Drano. I don't know. A little hard. Maybe. Maybe all those things possibly could be. All right. So who's moving Johan? Move him over there and have him attack.
D20, roll a 2. He's gonna miss.
All right. He misses. All right. So it is their turn. All right. So this guy flees away, but not before he clutches something and says some really weird words that I'm certain Norsill would want to know about. Because at these words, the bones begin to knit together and something stand from the ground behind. How fun is that?
Pretty fun. Should I roll damage for this guy at the beginning of his turn since he's impaled?
You should. Well, so what were his options?
So let me read it because it's unclear about the order. The target is impaled, suffering automatic weapon damage at the start of their turn. unimpaling requires a strength contest.
He doesn't take damage if he unimpales himself?
I read it as at the start of his turn, he's taking damage, but then he can try to unimpale himself if he's still alive.
He takes the damage regardless. And I imagine he would try to unimpale himself. So go ahead and roll the damage.
6.
6. So I think as he is trying to pull himself off, he slumps over Norsill's blade. What the hell is going on here? There it is. And falls dead.
Are those his death throws?
What's that?
Are those his death throws?
No, yeah. Or is this death talk or some sort of death thing is involved there for sure. For sure. All right. The other guy, I think he is. Did Vicente stay back and attack from distance, or did he get into direct melee?
I forgot about that. I'd say I moved up there, so I'm right there in direct melee.
All right, so let's just roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, Johan. 5 would be Vicente. These guys have a +1. Oh, he rolled a 1. So why don't you counterattack?
All right.
What'd you hit?
Hit AC 6.
That's not enough.
I don't think that's going to be good enough. Yes.
It's ascending. Yeah.
I was rolling for descending, so I think we should
We should totally
reinterpret it.
We should totally redo it. There we go. All right. So these knit together, and the one guy runs off. The other guy dies, bleeding on Norsill's blade. So let's roll for initiative. Robert, are we supposed to roll every round? Did we figure that out last time?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we roll every round.
Did we figure out how we got the number?
No,
Yeah, we rolled it with our attributes. So I put it in the notes, like the box of the character sheet.
I know, but how do you know what your initiative is?
We rolled it when you rolled our stats and wrote it down, hopefully.
Well,
Yeah,
which
but
stats?
I thought the average of 2 stats. I know it's perception and something else.
Sorry, yeah, you're asking how it's derived. I
Yes.
understand now.
Do you remember what it is?
What was the bear thing from?
The bear thing.
Yeah, the bear poem. Did you write that yourself, or is that like a?
I did, yeah. I recycled it from some account.
Oh goodness.
I was trying to think, what would the advice for an owlbear be that kind of matched the rhyme? Okay.
Well, that's why he's here, folks. Get
It's
your
the
own stew.
average of dex and int round down.
It's dex and ant. That makes
Not
sense.
perception.
Okay, now I know why I got the 10. I was like, how did I get the 10?
I thought
okay,
Dex
there we
would
go.
be in there, but
Okay, so I gotta
hit it, Robert.
right. I am trying to remember how you do this.
Just roll a 20.
No, I know how to do it. I want to do less than, right? Where's the less than sign?
2 hours later.
Sorry. I don't know how to do the less than sign on this
Just roll a 20,
keyboard.
man.
All right. There we go. That's
One.
definitely a less than.
All right, now try and do your less than. Just kidding. Well done. All right, so
10 I was trying to roll under, so there we go.
That guy has fled pretty far. You could try to track him down if you wanted to, but you could obviously be intercepted by the skeleton as well.
I didn't know if it would take like an exploiter's now. I guess my intent was to try to like run and tackle him, but if You think he's like way out?
No, I think it's possible, but it's also possible that the skeleton would intercept.
I mean, I'm good with that risk.
Okay, well, let's look
I
up
think I
these
still wanna
intercept
try.
rules. I don't know if I've ever actually messed with them in this before. All right, so you are trying to move. Exploits is like 74, 75.
Very good. I found my less than sign. Not re-rolling.
Somebody do a search on the. Do a search on the. I don't think I have it. Open.
Looking for.
Intercept. I don't know where it is.
Oh yeah, page 70.
Oh. All right, read it to us, Sue. Let's go.
If a character is not surprised, not in melee, hasn't moved, and an enemy wishes to move within close range, the character may attempt to intercept.
Oh, here it is.
I see. Initiative check or dex check for monsters. In which case, the interceptor moves himself into melee. Got it. So I think for monsters, it would be make a dex check.
If a character attempts to intercept before their first turn in a new combat, the check. Oh, this isn't really. These guys haven't made a turn yet, right? So I think that would be at disadvantage then. I like that. So Norsill is going to run after the cultist and attempt to tackle him, where this guy is going to make a dex check. A 14 and a 15, that's probably not going to work. I don't know what a skeleton's dex is, but it doesn't sound like it should be very high. It's a 10, so it moves to intercept. Norsill moves past. I would guess this is a charge, I'm assuming, as well. And are you trying to hold him down, or are you just trying to knock him down?
And I guess I tackle, like, push him down, prevent him from continuing to run. Like, he's gonna be stuck.
For one round or for many rounds? That's the difference between a minor
I would
and a
say
major.
1 round. Like,
Yeah.
Running to try to push him and tackle, like, that sounds like 1 round.
All right, nice. Charge, I would say, so I'll give you a +2 bonus, but if he strikes back, he's going to get is it advantage until the next turn? Enemies gain a +2 against the charger, so it's not advantage anymore. Interesting. All right, so why don't you go ahead? You have to make an attack, because basically what we're talking about here is a minor exploit. Limited to 1 target and have instant or short durations. Make an attack, and I think maybe we'll do an opposed dex check or something like that. You have to hit and do damage.
Hit AC 11.
All right, that's just enough.
Great.
So now let's do an opposed dex check. I got a 6. And you failed. So you're going to smack into him and do damage, but he is not prone. Right?
Sure. Makes sense.
So Norsill is passed. We're going to say you're about... I would say you're a good 30 or 40 feet away from where this skeleton is. Okay? About that, we'll say. Between 30, around... It's going to be a full move for him to get to you. Either way. All right, what about Vicente?
All right, I'm going to stab this guy again.
You could roll for Johanan as well. That is a hit. 7 points of damage.
That's max.
Yeah, what happens to this dude?
He's impaled on my spear. He cries out. What was the cry again?
I don't know what the cry is. Well, that was somebody else, wasn't it? Oh, that was the death throw. You called it a death throw earlier.
Similar thing. So he slides off my spear, and I motion to Johan, get that skeleton.
All right, so Johan and the skeleton meet. Who's rolling for Johan?
I guess I can. It's an 8.
An 8, sir, is a miss. Looks like this skeleton has picked up a rusty blade from the ground, and the other one similar, like a short sword, I would imagine. Alrighty, so we're gonna roll to see which direction he goes. Even. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. He's gonna join this fight over here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, he's gonna get here. We'll see who he attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, Vicente, and the other one attacks Johan. So first is Vicente. The second one will be Johan. That would be 18. So that's going to be a hit. 3 points of damage on Vicente.
What is he attacking with?
Short sword.
What's the other one got?
The same.
Okay.
All right. I think that's it.
That's my
now we can
first blood this whole game.
Session 3. Well, this is almost
Session 3.
Second combat, really, kind of, maybe. All right. I think that this dude that you smoked into, Stu, he's gonna have to make a decision if he's gonna turn and fight with you or if he's gonna continue his flight. And we are going to use the morale rule to do that. I'm pretty sure it's just a will test. All right, he succeeds on his will test. So he is going to strike back at you. He gets a +2. A 6 is not going to do it. All right, so you guys are locked in mortal combat on the side of Wraith Isle, a near mountain coming out of the Lake Argosa. So I think we're back to Stu for initiative. Success.
Regular success.
Yeah, go for it, Stu.
All right. Stabby stab. It's 2 damage. I didn't add the +1.
That is a hit. All right. Johan and Vicente, both fighting skeletons, I'm assuming?
Yep. So the one that's on me, I am going to switch my spear around and sort of crack him across the head with the handle.
All right.
So AC 11.
That actually hits.
And I don't know if you want to do the damage like a normal spear or not.
Yeah, D6 is fine.
Okay, that's 6. 6 points of damage to that skeleton.
Johan?
Uh, 12 for Johan.
He's using a
What's
great
his?
sword, I think. D10.
3.
All right, we're locked in Mortal Kombat. All right, I'm just going to go Stu, Vicente, Johan with 3 D20s here. They each have a +1. So 3, Vicente, 15.
Hits.
Everyone else has missed. 5 points of damage on Vicente.
Oof. How you looking?
About half.
Yeah, this game is a broader hit points when you're starting, but it's a lot harder to heal. So Nice. It's your turn to roll initiative, Vicente. Let's go, buddy. This is getting more and more important as we go. Do not forget that there are, things that you can do when people are in combat to try and help them out. Rescue exploits, minor exploits, all sorts of things that we can try to do. Major exploits. All right, it looks like a success, so why don't you start, Vicente?
Yeah, I'm going to crack him across the skull again with my blunt end of the spear.
Boom, shakalaka. What happens to this?
There we go. When we do Johan too.
You got some
right?
narration you want to add to that, or no? You just crack the
Skull
and solve?
shatters into pieces, collapses right at my feet.
Okay.
Here's Johan. 7.
7 is a miss.
Come on, Johan. Come on.
Go for it. These guys
Stu's
obviously
turn.
look mad. Stu, it's on you, bro.
Oh, we're doing initiative again? Sorry.
No, we already
No.
did it. Your attack.
It's your attack.
Robert succeeded in initiative. I don't know who the hell you were talking to.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing either.
1 demerit for Stu. That's what you get. Right there. That's what happens. All right, we got 2 attacks left. Vicente is not being attacked. A 5 and a 6. No harm done. Your turn to roll initiative, Stu. Zero successes.
Fail.
These guys go fat first. Over half gone. I think I'm going to do a will test for this guy. He made it. He stays in the battle now with Norsill. And the skeleton is going to attack Johan. That would be 11. Oh, a natural 19. Awesome. All right, so Vicente, you feel the hair on the back of your neck rise up as this creature slashes into Johan, and nearby you see a skeleton reforming from some sort of eldritch necromantic energy. You're not sure if the skeleton did it or what. Oh, Jotan takes 6 points of damage. Do we know how much he has?
No.
I don't think we do. No.
All right, I gotta pee again. I'll find it.
Do you think it was the Nat 19? I know it's metagaming, but I think that's what did it.
Maybe, but it seems like even the natural damage roll was 6, so.
No, the rising of the new one.
Oh. I don't know.
All right, I got a piece of paper here that has a lot of Noah Johan statistics. GM notes, maybe? Nope, I didn't give any GM notes. All right, so I guess I'm going to have to go back and find where I have made the Johan. Hirelings, 154. So monsters also have the natural 19 that does something. And specifically for this situation, skeletons, when they roll a natural 19, they give off enough energy that another skeleton basically appears. Like, I don't know, like if you were running this, people, for the first time, you could do that a few different ways. You could make it obvious that that's what was happening. You could do, you know, a bunch of different stuff. But if you didn't let them know, the players know that it was because of the natural 19, they could definitely come to their own conclusions about things. Like, they might think it's a Skeleking situation or whatever. I don't actually see where it is, so I'll probably just use Human Guard. HD1. Oh, 7 hit points, so he is down to 1. Sorely wounded. All right, so I think that is it for this situation. It's your guys' turn.
Is it mine?
Sure. No, it's your turn to attack.
Oh, is it? I thought it was my turn.
No, we won initiative. I mean, the monsters won initiative.
Oh, because it's, yeah, I see it up there. Sorry about that.
It's a terrible time to lose a 19.
I am going to yell to Johan to pull back. And we are going to attempt, what is it called, a retreat?
You want to do a party retreat?
I don't know if we want to do a full party retreat.
Okay.
What's the other option that we have?
Well, let's look. I don't know if I know off the top. 70 something? Is that right, Stu? 78 is combat shit, right? We're not doing a party retreat. You guys are just trying to get out of combat. Withdrawing. If a tempter moves out of melee with an active opponent, the opponent gains 1 free melee attack against the character. There is no retreat. Without them getting an attack. You can, I'm pretty sure I usually allow you to do like, if you won't attack this round at all, I'll give you like a +2 to your AC, like fighting defensively or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are some options. So Vicente is not in combat at this point, so he can move out of combat.
Oh, I thought the one up here was, it hasn't yet emerged.
It's still forming, yeah. It'd be hard for Norsill to give any commands to the Johan, wouldn't it?
Right. I would tell Johan to pull back because I'm worried he's going to get killed if not. And then I will stay by his side to help him battle off this skeleton that's coming towards him as we move backwards.
All right, so Johan is going to get a free attack on him, right? That's what we're saying. He's pulling out of combat with that dude.
Sure. I don't know if you can give like any. It won't matter now.
Oh my god.
Give him what?
Yeah, one hit point. So I was gonna say if I'm like helping to defend him, that would give him a plus to his AC, but it doesn't matter. It looks
well,
like.
You could do a rescue action, a rescue attempt.
What is the rescue? How does it work?
Rescue exploit. So basically, if you're within 30 feet, well, let's look at the damn.
All right, I'm looking at it right now.
What page is it on?
Rescuer makes an initiative check to see if they react fast enough to intervene. Then the rescuer makes a luck check.
So this is interesting because instead of a dex check, it's this initiative test now instead.
Yep.
But first,
remember, initiative is based on dex, partly, right?
You have to narrate what you're doing in order to do the rescue.
Well, he's going to swing out with his sword, right? I assume the skeleton.
Mhm.
and I would just attempt to block it with my spear.
So you're going to move up there basically and interpose yourself between the two if possible.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down with it. So make an initiative check.
See, that's why it was good that I did the initiative earlier by accident. I rolled a 19
This is
again.
a lot of 19s. All right, so you can do a reroll if you want to.
Yes, I will use my reroll in this case. Where's the reroll pool? Where's that listed? Reroll pool. I would have 2. Is that right? That's what I have listed.
Did you get a
Should only
bonus
be
one?
1.
It should only be a 1.
I don't
did,
know.
Did you get an upgrade?
Humans get an extra one.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
TOA.
Okay, there you go. So
Okay.
you can use your reroll pool to reroll this if you'd like.
All right. Let's see. Surely I can't roll another 19, right?
No, you didn't.
I rolled a 14.
So Johann is cut down.
But I still can move back, right? Because I'm not in combat? Or does that matter now that I tried to protect him?
Well, you moved up there, so you're up there.
So I would be here?
Yeah, you'd be like over top of him or something. So Johann goes down. I'm going to say we might be able to still save him if you guys have that capability. I don't really know. Did you guys win initiative or did you lose initiative? I'm confused for a second.
I thought we had lost.
I thought I already
They had
went. Why am I going again?
You were reacting to Johann pulling back.
Oh,
It was
that's
still
all
our
it was.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is. It's your turn. All right. Nice. So Vicente, you haven't actually gone this round, but let's move over to Norsill.
All right. Yeah. One sec. I just want to read major exploits real quick.
What do you read? Can we help somehow?
Sure, let me just talk about that. So, just with the way this is going, so I know major exploits don't necessarily do extra damage to a single target, but I was just trying to make sure, like, I don't really want this guy to be able to get away again, so I'm pondering the ability of, you know, kind of a targeted attack, and I like hamstring him with my sword, or, you know, basically try to prevent, like, limit his movement while doing damage. So that was my intent. And I was just reading over the major exploit section just so I could figure out how that
you
would
roll
play out.
attack damage as normal.
So let's do that. And I hit AC2, so awesome.
Huge miss. Now Vicente.
All right, I guess I'll see if I can take this guy out. Again, using the blunt part of my spear. Nope.
AC6 is a miss. All right, so now the turn is over. This, before you roll initiative, is when you would want to try to do a party escape, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea at this point.
I will say that the other skeletons, they don't seem as like full skeletons. Like there's not enough bones maybe in the area to make more skeletons. So they do seem weakened, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of nervous about... Like, poor Johann, I get it. But it feels like we're relatively close with the two that we're still facing.
I mean, you can include in your rescue exploit grabbing someone if he's down. Okay? All right, so basically in a rescue, once per adventure, a PC may attempt to rescue... Oh, that's rescues. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about party retreats. Where's party retreats? Son of a biscuit. Party retreat is page 70. Before the exploits. Almost seems like party retreat should be in the exploits. At the start of a round, if the whole party wishes to flee from a battle, they must first explain to the GM how escape might be possible. If the GM agrees, a group luck check is required. The GM decides any modifiers, dropping food, treasure, or caltrops might be required to provide a bonus, and whether the checks are required to carry allies. If successful, the adventurer manages to break away from the battle with incapacitated allies over their shoulders or otherwise in tow, as explained by the players. Depending on the circumstances, fleeing may lead to a chase. If unsuccessful, the GM may permit individually successful adventurers to flee, regretfully abandoning their hapless comrades. The party or any remaining PCs may attempt to flee again next round. So they have party retreat, but he doesn't. Where's the group luck check? That should kind of maybe be in here, or at least there should be a place to see where that is. So when you make group checks, I think everyone's just making it if you succeed. Oh, group checks, 65. Don't forget to remove that reroll pool, Robert. Group checks. When making a group check, the whole party succeeds in a task as long as more than half the group succeeds. If half succeed and half fail, the GM might require one of the failing characters to make a luck save for the group to succeed. Players must roll over a group check if more than half the company have already succeeded or failed. GM make a single check. Oh shit, I'm getting tired.
Alternatively, Robert, burn your, was it Inspired Greatness or whatever, if that'll help. But like, let's get one more hit in on the two next to us.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, I was just reading my Inspired Greatness because I can use it on myself too, and all I need is just to be able to see you, which I should be able to do.
I think so. All you guys are going to make a luck check, but what is the fiction? How are we narrating this escape?
I think we're deciding we're not leaving.
Oh,
We're gonna roll initiative.
oh my! Who's up? Looks like Stu is up with his
I think it's Stu. Yeah, because I think I lost last time.
Oh, great success.
Man, this is when everyone's like here watching now. We got all the bots in the chat.
Yes. Okay. I want to go for the same thing. Is there really no disadvantage to like continuing to try major exploits?
Oh, once you fail on a major exploit, I don't think you can do another one.
Okay.
If major exploit fails, the PC may not attempt any further major exploits that combat. On a terrible failure, the GM improvises a special penalty or setback.
Cool. Regular attack it is. Here we go.
Hey, red one.
3 damage.
Trace damage. All right.
Yep.
I could, on this, give you my Inspired Greatness, because it says on any single roll.
Oh. After seeing the result, right? Yeah.
And it says I can do it after I see the result.
Your call. I also, like, I'm at almost full hit points, and you're not, so...
Okay. I guess I'll hold it for my own attack. Although maybe I should have. See, look. But
Let's
I
see
said I
that
wouldn't.
attack.
All right, blunt end of the spear again. Let's see.
Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to inspire. I'm going to inspire greatness of myself. Looking at Norsill, I put a little bit more oomph into that attack, assuming that you allow that, because it says it's on any single roll. It doesn't say it has to be attack rolls.
I'll allow it.
Can you tell me, Hobbs, because I have it written out, when you inspire an ally, grant them a bonus equal to your charisma modifier on any single roll. You may use this ability after seeing the result of the roll. You may use this ability on your own rolls if you can see or hear an ally within far range, but I can see. I can't hear Norsill, but I can see. What do you guys think? Do you think that's...
with it. I'll allow it. I'm
Okay.
fine with it.
Okay. Then that would be a +2.
All right. What happens?
again, smash his skull into pieces, and he collapses before me.
Man, your novel's boring, Robert. All right, good work. So there's only 2 dudes left. Another skeleton's down. Let's give this guy another roll. 15. He fails. Stu, you can make an attack. He is fleeing.
3 damage.
Oh. Cut him down from behind. All right. But these guys... Let's see where this guy attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Norsill. Yep, Norsill. Just kind of attacking, like with a part of his broken arm. Like maybe his hand isn't completely formed, and he's just trying to stick his ulna into Norsill. So Norsill first, Vicente second. +1 to hit. 14.
To be a hit.
That's a hit on Norsill.
Yes, AC is 12.
All right. 5 points of damage. That jagged bone slashes across Norsill. All right, this is a bloodbath. Initiative.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's on you, Robert. Zero
Another 19.
successes. Here we go with the attack. Same thing. Norsill first. 11 and 9. Both misses.
Nope.
Your guys' turn.
Blunt end of spear.
6 damage.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god.
Put the +1 there now.
Whatever gods watch over you, they seem to care. Your attacks simultaneously finish off the remaining partially formed skeletons. The necrotic energy holding together dissipates.
This time I hit him right in the spine, and he collapses in the mid part of his body.
Too late, man. Too late. All right.
Come on, I built everybody up. They were expecting the skull to shatter just like before, but instead I hit him right in the middle of his body.
Everyone is totally built up. You're correct.
Can we check on Johan? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what we can do at this point.
So I think we have a roll the body situation. We couldn't roll the body previously. There's only 2 dudes, so we're kind of playing a little bit here and there with some of the rules. I think a lot of times with an NPC, I wouldn't necessarily allow it, but I think we'll do a death save. When an ally inspects the body of an unconscious PC, the fallen character makes a death save roll equal to or modifier versus 10 plus con mod or will mod, whichever is higher. So he is a human guard. So he has a willpower of 10 and what's the other? Constitution of 12. So no mod. So 10 is what we need. A 10 or less. Who's making the roll?
Stu.
Do it. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I'll do it. All right. I'll do 20. He said 10 or less, right? Okay.
Another
That is
19. All right.
Yeah. Thanks, roll 20.
It does look like Johan has succumbed to the injuries of this infernal unliving on the side of a wraith hill. I think the long shadows of the canyon and the valley, just kind of like as the sun is turning red on the horizon, fall over Johan as he coughs out his last life's blood. All right. What do we want to do? It seems like there was some massive carnage. It was a pretty gritty fight for sure.
Yep.
I think he's maybe spit something out like fuck you, wizard, or something. He definitely was like being turned against Norsill. as he spits on him with his blood as he dies.
No, you missed the best opportunity. It should have been, I said it was a trap.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a trap, wizard. Yeah. Did you move your guy back? I thought you rolled the body. Why'd you move your guy back?
I said we go loot. We go loot the bodies.
Yes, we're gonna go loot all the dirty men.
Oh shit! Well, I wonder if these guys have anything.
Oh, come on. Tough battle. Of course they have to have something.
They don't have to.
Especially the guy that seemed to know some necromancy.
Why don't you make an Arcana roll, Stu?
Great success.
Great success. From your understanding of the Veil and the Eldritch ways, there's really no way that the little bit that he did would have been enough to summon these. It's almost like they were summoned previously and he just triggered the action.
Okay.
Alrighty. As far as that goes, I think they might have like some bits of bone, mostly human, on them. You can one of the dudes has like a human finger bone, or maybe a hand that he looks like he's been gnawing on the flesh that he had like tucked in his belt. Their teeth are heavily decayed. You can just smell that sickening smell of burnt human flesh on them. We'll make one roll amongst them all to see if we can find some sort of treasures. This is going to be like a roll on the Curios, I think it's called. Treasure 213. So carry loot. It's not going to be much because these guys also, like, one of them is half blind. It looks like one of their eyes was put out at one time, and they're relatively infirm. So they were definitely in the group of Argosan priests that came with Igit. All right, roll D100. One of you two.
Stu, you're already at the keyboard?
You're not at your keyboard, Robert?
I am. I figured his fingers are right on it. So
67.
I was writing something down.
So this says silver is equal to 20 plus the sum of the digits on the D100 roll. So he must have like some kind of like precious thing, or amongst them they either have enough coin or some kind of precious bauble on him that is worth 6 and 7 is 13, 33 silver.
What kind of bauble is this?
I think it would be... It looks like an old bracelet that has some semi-precious stones with a hole drilled through them. Or maybe they're not semi-precious stones. They're like stamped silver. You think it might be a child's bracelet. It's
And how much is it worth?
well worn. 33 silver.
Go check out this like stone slab, maybe.
Yeah.
A rough circular stone door, 5 feet in diameter, is set into the rise of the cliff at the end of the path. You see a lot of signs of digging and scratching. Engravings that were once on the stone have long faded or been chipped away.
And so this is what I was trying to understand before. So the stone completely fills in.
It's a stone door.
Okay, it's a stone door. That's what I was trying to get before.
Yeah.
I thought you had said archway before, but
maybe there is an archway with a stone door. I don't know. It's possible. I'm going to leave it open interpretation so you guys can just fill that little bit in with your own imaginations, especially you guys at home. Nice face, Stu.
Is there any signs of a handle then?
No. But you have to remember that the guys you were fighting, they looked very in not good physical shape. So it's possible that 2 healthy men or women might be able to move it to the side where they couldn't.
Right. Let's push against it. What do you think, Norsill?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a group strength test. You're eventually going to get it, but this is just how long it takes. Okay? So if you both succeed right away, if only one of you succeeds, it's going to take a turn or 10 or 15 minutes of grunting and maybe trying to find some fulcrums or something or whatever. And if you both fail, then it takes 3 turns. It takes even longer to find what you need in order to get it pushed to the side. So let's go for it. Strength test.
And it's strength, not... Yes, strength. Okay.
Wait, you could use, if you have an athletics.
I don't. I think I was confused thinking about my other character who would have had that.
You could definitely use athletics. There's another 19. You see that, Stu?
Yeah.
All right, so you could use your reroll pool on this if you choose to. It's up to you. Both of you failed, so you don't really need to. It's just going to take longer. And I think night is approaching quickly. When finally you guys force your way through this... What?
Sorry, go ahead. I'll finish. We should have taken a short rest. It was after our combat, right? We could have done.
I'll still let you take a short rest. We're learning the system. So let's do a short rest. And now we know after the short rest, we're going to try and open this door, and it takes a little while. Short rest, does anyone remember what we do?
We make a
you have
check to see how many things we...
2 will checks, I believe. So you're
2
doing
will checks?
A will check, and you have to decide up front what you're attempting to do. Or do you? Maybe I should look this up before I just start saying, talking shit. Wounded, death, dying, injury and setback, trauma table, short rest, page 87. I don't know if I said it, but welcome, Red, to the Gamerhood out there in YouTubeville. Short rest after significant combat. An adventurer may spend a few minutes to recover and tend injuries. This process is often a stationary one, but walking or riding is permitted. After taking a short rest, an adventurer takes 2 willpower checks. For each success, the PC gains 1 recovery benefit. If at least 1 roll is a great success, the PC gains an extra recovery benefit. A character's rerolls are available for these checks. These are the options. Recover half of any lost hit points. Recover 1 use of an expended class ability. Recover 1 reroll. Recover 1 attribute. An expended class ability could certainly be a spell as well. So 2 will checks. Great successes. So nothing for Stu.
You want me to just trade off? Oh, no, he did both of them?
He did. You got a 15 both times? Nothing for Vicente. 1 more roll, Vicente. Nothing. All right, so you guys are resting. Apparently the evil around here is keeping you guys from be able to actually rest and gain anything. A piece. No one has a healer's kit, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So now you guys move. Oh, where is it? It's gonna be light. Delete. Why is it doing that? Oh, I see. I know why. All right. Back to the tokens. All right, let's see. All right, you slide the stone door 5 feet in diameter away, and within opening this door, when you finally get it to push aside with a heavy grunt, a wave of stale, putrid air kind of billows out with dust and odor. And you can see that there's a tunnel here. The dry air is mixed with a thick musk of decay. The sandy floor is strewn with bones, skulls, and bits of debris and detritus. It's a naturally formed cave that extends further into the cliffside. It's 9:41. Do we want to go into our end game, or do we want to continue for a bit?
I think this is a good stopping point. What do you think?
I agree.
It's fine with me. All right, all right. So let's head over to the discussion. And I think maybe I'll offer a few things. To me, I'm kind of disappointed. I was meant to maybe be more prepared than I am. But I mean, it is a play test. None of us really know these rules at all. But I feel like we're getting them. But we're gonna have to string together some games in order to really have a strong grasp of the rules. I think without, it being slow or whatever.
It's also we've been a month, more than a month off.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm agreeing. But so that would have been, my down. My up would have been, I really dig the art on these dudes. It's so good. I really appreciate James for doing this art for us. And I feel like we're giving the system some good workovers. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah. What about you, Robert? You got any highs and lows?
Yeah, I thought that combat was pretty intense. So there was a little bit of time there. I was unsure what was going to happen. So I was not expecting that was going to be as tough of a fight as it ended up being.
Because they were skeletons and cultists?
I suppose. It seemed like things were going pretty well at first, and then it just suddenly, the tide went against us for a little bit, and then sort of went back for us at the end. I guess this is the swinginess, right?
Of a D20 system.
Of a D20 system, yeah.
What, do you have any lows?
No, sorry, my interruption just kind of distracted me a bit, but that's about it.
Okay, understandable. Stu?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I tend to agree with. Wow.
As soon as I heard you say that, I'm thinking of the number of times that I've heard you say those exact same words.
I was just prefacing with that. I'm not leading to a bunch of criticism. I was trying to.
I know I wasn't saying
come up
that.
with commentary on. I agree with you a little bit regarding consistent play, helping with the rules, but I will say, like we've talked about multiple things where I feel like it either came back very quickly, or I'm getting used to navigating, the layout of the rules. But like I didn't think it was that much of a hindrance. And in fact, like I feel like I had the opportunity to dig a little bit deeper on some of the things. Like I went back to look at the reroll pool, just because I kind of second guessed what it really could be used for, and I was trying to refresh myself with it. And like things like the rescue exploit, that first initiative roll, technically I think initiative is counted as an attribute check, but there's no skill tied to initiative, so I don't think it technically would qualify for the reroll pool for that first roll to see if you can land a rescue exploit. The subsequent luck roll could be, but it's like things like that. That
Good question.
I think so, because the way I read it, like you can use a reroll pool for an attribute check if you have an associated skill with it, or if it's tied to a class ability. I was actually focusing less on the example, but though I did want to bring that up. But and more just I feel like I'm able to go like a little bit deeper than just like, oh crap, how does this work at all again?
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
it's I think I'm somewhere more in the middle. Like, yeah, playing more consistently, I think we would really wrap our heads around it. But not only that, I think some things came back pretty quick, but I feel like I've been able to second guess, like, oh wait, hold on, how should this really work, and then go check it out. So I thought that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, we actually have enough of a foundation that you're moving past just like total neophyte skill to really kind of dig into the
Yes.
rules to see how they were meant to work.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, look, I thought the combat got sketched there for a second. That was cool. Yeah, no real lows. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
Also, people on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Red added that he really liked that the 19 roll. We got to see that with some weapons, and we got to see that with the monsters, which is pretty interesting, and I would totally agree with him as far as that goes. Do you have any lows, Stu?
I don't think so. Yeah, nothing really.
I really like kind of the story that is coming out of, like, you know, who you guys are on this island with. I kind of like the way that's coming out. It feels kind of almost like a horror story a little bit, doesn't it?
Seems like this island is cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you think about maybe the off-camera scenes of this expedition going wrong, and it could be pretty intense. And then obviously it did come back to me, Hobbs. The obvious low for me is playing a magic user in combat without a mouth. That's the low.
That's not a low. That's a high. That's a high
Can't
that
guess.
could even
Can't
happen
guess.
because you're actually a capable fighter still. That seems like a high to me.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I do think that the system worked the way it's supposed to with the increased hit points where you can still do some things. You guys really got screwed on that short rest. And I'm curious to see what that's going to do moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And also what night on the island might bring. Should also be interesting. I did see that Rod Garcia on YouTube said that you guys need some reinforcements. No shit. Anyway, I think what I will do is, does anyone have anything else that they wanted to pimp? Oh, I forgot. Why don't we show up? Well, usually we show our shirts off. We didn't do that at the break. So I'm actually wearing a OSR Trident Con t-shirt, which is a convention that was ran by Eric Jensen in like the Maryland area. It has the Shark Man or the Weir Shark from like Holmes, like a tentacle dude, some wizard type folk. So that's my t-shirt. What do you got, Stu?
Oldie but goodie, and rocking the necrotic
Looks
gnome.
like necrotic gnome, yeah.
Makers of OSC. I mean, it's no Tales of Argosa, but you know, it's a fine system.
Indeed. I think maybe what we'll have to do as a surprise, maybe we'll use some funds to send out some pickpocket press shirts or something. I don't know. We'll see. What do you got, Robert?
I'm just wearing an old shirt that's like 30 years old. So it's an old punk shirt for this band, Nuisance.
All right, everybody.
And I didn't even think that we were playing tonight, so I wasn't like had that in mind today when I needed a shirt. So
What do you mean you didn't think we were playing tonight?
I just didn't have it in my mind when I grabbed a shirt to wear. This is just the undershirt that I had on.
All right, so this is my new low for the night. And I would also like to say we need another player who has some black t-shirts that they can wear on Wednesday nights.
It's a 30-year-old shirt. It's a little threadbare. You can't tell that probably in the video.
I don't think that makes a difference when we're talking about like a gaming t-shirt thing that we're trying to do for our stream here.
Yeah, it's an old punk band. Nuisance.
My point still stands.
Stu had on a band shirt one of those times, so
Don't deflect.
It was a black t-shirt.
You're not wearing a black shirt, so
This could be black in some places. You just adjust the color. Adjust the color on your monitors, friends. All right. Anyway, we kind of wrapped up.
I got a black hat.
Well,
my hat says Conan.
I have a black
right?
condom on, but I'm not pulling that.
Conan.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Hey, I don't know if you guys.
Why would you have that on just sitting at your chair? That's kind of weird.
I meant condiment. I just get my words confused sometimes.
Cue the music. Hit it.
All right, I'm hitting the music. Oh, I just wanted to say, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually thought I was Mr. Rogers because during the intro music, I actually put the hat on. That's what I was trying to do. So anyway, thanks again for joining us at Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. Tonight was Tales of Argosa, Playtest Session 3. Thanks to all the people out there like Dr. Drano, Red One, Rod Garcia, 2OG Michael, James Richards, Brian in the Bunker. Until Sunday, if all of the stars are right, and I hope they are, I hope you have a good day. Stay alive. Where's the damn music button? There we go.